So BluJugganaut. I'll call you Adam.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
So, you know, sort of, when did you start playing guitar, to be honest?
I actually started playing bass guitar first, back in 2004. I started moving on to guitar 2005, and that's when I started writing my own stuff. Phone in the studio.
It's all good. It's all good.
But yeah, I started playing guitar, acoustic guitar in 2005. Moved on to electric guitar from about 2008 to 2010, and went back to acoustic guitar until now. That
is quite the history of BluJugganaut.
BluJugganaut's been active. Well, not active, but been sort of operating for 6 years now. So
a sweet situation. And sort of, what are your George? You don't have to. It's okay. Okay, that works out fine. What was I going to say? Yes. So, what are sort of your musical influences? Because hearing you play and hearing you warm up, I would say that you sort of had this very much this sort of oaky texture to your voice, which is a bit of a wine cliche. But you know, what are sort of your musical influences?
What's my musical influence? I usually listen to post rock. Sigur Rós, Explosions in the Sky, bit of Mogwai maybe. I'm not sure if you know any of those bands.
I know Sigur Rós. Yes, I'm very ashamed to say that I don't know how to say half of his tracks. But
no.
So no, I shouldn't say that. I played. No, I'm not going to say that. No, I'm not going to say that. So
you left me feeling that I want to know.
No. Okay, so last week on Groundbreakers, I played Inga by Helios, who is sort of I don't know whether he's a sort of post-rock ambient. I don't know whether you've ever heard of that.
I haven't heard of it. No.
I thought of it up in my mind just then, and then I realised I sounded unbelievably stupid because I've just sort of play my own past show. Well, not even my show.
It doesn't matter.
I'm not sure. So you know, so where do you sort of gig? Where is your favourite place to gig?
I've never done my own gig in my 6 years of playing. I've never had my own gig. I go to open mic nights as of last year. I went for about 4 or 5 years without playing for anyone. But by the time I started playing for someone, I had so many songs that I decided I might as well go play them somewhere.
Yeah.
The Greek Taverna here in Bangor.
Yeah.
And I've been playing there ever since. I go there every weekend. And as of last week, I started going down to Skerry's open night as well. Yesterday I did 2 sets. One starting in Greek and then went down to Skerry's. Unfortunately, I misjudged it. I overthrew myself a bit. I did all right in Greek. My voice lasted. My voice is very... It doesn't last more than 5 minutes. But then I went down to Skerry's and...
bad times.
It was really, really bad. I actually told the crowd to boo me.
Well, that is... I don't know. I can't.
They were a very forgiving crowd, so they're very, you know...
They're very nice people.
They're on your side, so I just said... that was awful. Just admit it was awful. But
we're very nice people up here in Bangor. We're very nice. So, shall we hear another one from your sort of collection?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So, what are you going to be playing for us?
It was one I wrote about 3 months back. I struggle with the high notes, as you may hear, but hopefully, with about an hour's worth of vocal exercises behind me at the moment, I might be able to pull it off.
Indeed.
I've been able to pull it off when I've not been on the air, as I think you might agree, but when it comes to being on air. But we'll see how it goes. It's a song called Something Untouchable.
Indeed. So this is Something Untouchable by BluJugganaut. There we go.
BluJugganaut.
BluJugganaut.
and I, we're talking nonsense in here, breathing down each other's spines. You and I, we never saw eye to eye, but I never thought we'd be here again. You see, something untouchable. Here it is, my heart is on fire again, roasting on an open flame. Don't you know, no love is original, it's always the same cliche. You see, something untouchable, so undetectable. I'm not your unusual guy, and I'm nothing so special. I am just an average guy with average hopes and dreams. But you and I, together we have something, and something not quite normal. And I feel that given some extra time, we can make our lives better. You see, I'm me, and you. Well, you're something untouchable, so undefensible, unintentional. You're untouchable.
So that was Adam with what was the song again?
Something Untouchable.
Something Untouchable. I'm very sorry. I'm highly unprofessional tonight. I'm very sorry. So yes, that was BluJugganaut with Something Untouchable, and that was really nice. I know I described your voice as oaky, but I would sort of describe it as sort of if you've ever listened to Biffy Clyro, so it was sort of like that. It was
I've seen them live, actually. A good band live, yeah, definitely.
Well, yes.
I wouldn't say I sound like the vocalist, but
it's got features in there, definitely. So we'll tell you if you want to sort of get in contact with Adam and maybe ask him a couple of questions. You could email us at studio@stormfm.com. You could text us with Storm at the start of your message, with then your message to 60300, or you can phone us on 01248 38 8048, and nobody's ever called yet. Also, you can go on to www.stormfm.com and use the nifty little form, which is remarkably nifty. It is remarkably nifty. We're currently on Storm FM, Bangor Student Sound, and it's 8 minutes past 9. Shall we play for them something, perhaps? We're going to play you a fantastic track from Wolves.
Just call them Wolves.
Wolves. Oh, that's
double V.
That's not 2 V's. That's a W. Very hard to tell. No, it is for Wolves. So this is Wolves, or stylized The Wolves, with Strange Blood. No, it's People. It's People. But Strange Blood is a fantastic other song by these guys. Oh.
Storm FM mewn cymdeithas a Bar Uno.
Storm FM in association with Bar Uno.
So that was, if I'm not mistaken, that was Caution to the Wind by, and one moment, I'm just gonna...
Shy in the Fight.
It was Caution to the Wind by Shy in the Fight. I should have asked you, George, because it is your laptop. You would have known. What was I going to say? Yes, of course. I was going to ask our lovely friend BluJugganaut, also known as Adam, if we can find him online, if he's got some sort of online presence.
Yeah. If you just go on Facebook and type in BluJugganaut, you should come across it. You might struggle with the spelling, though.
Of course.
That's the problem, because I misspell both Blue and Juggernaut. It's spelled B-L-U.
B-L-U.
This is all one word, by the way. BluJugganaut is all one word. B-L-U-J-U-G-A-N-A-U-T.
I know this because it's on your T-shirt.
It's on my T-shirt.
Very professional.
BluJugganaut T-shirt.
coming soon, let's hope. And have you got any sort of... Is there a chance that we could buy a CD from you, perhaps?
You used to be able to. About 3 years ago, I had an EP, which consists of 6 songs, which I printed about 10 copies. And then I printed about 10 copies of my first album, which is called 10 Ways to Save the World. Unfortunately, they're out of print now. I can't print them anymore, and they've gone under re-editing. But I do hope that at some point I will be able to start selling them again, as well as some of my new material.
Indeed, you can always sell them online, but of course, what was I going to say? Much like the first ever Regina Spektor album 1111, it's notoriously quite hard to find a copy. Maybe in 10 years time we'll be saying how hard it is to grab a copy of your first ever EP and first ever album. So I think it's about time, and George has just been doing a little bit of tinkering. Shall we play the Christmas song? Well, we could play the Christmas song, definitely. We should. Well, Christmas spirit, that is highly debatable. So you I don't know whether this won't offend, but it's debatable. So I'm going to introduce this song now. This is by a very great artist called Gruff Rhys. Gruff Rhys, am I saying that right? And this one is called Slashed Wrists This Christmas. Slashed Wrists This Christmas.
Oh, jolly.
How very, very jolly. And I think it's from... What album is it from? It's from... Not a... Oh, hold on, one moment. It's from the Atheist Xmas EP. That is right. So this one's called Slashed Wrists This Christmas by Gruff Rhys.